Welcome to Competitive Exam Library YouTube channel. Today we are going to see problems based on the Mason's gain formula which you can solve for the signal flow graph. So this is the first problem I am going to solve. See this problem, how it is given. So this is the gains are given G1, G2, G3 and G4, G5, G6 are given. Next G7, G8 are given, and also you are having two feedback elements, that is H1 and H2. So what is the first step you can do while solving the signal flow graph by using the Mason's gain formula is, first of all you have to identify the forward path. So first we will identify the number of forward paths. Forward path means you should start from input node, then you have to reach the output node without traversing or without repeating the node again and again. That is, we are already know, that is called as the forward path. So let us write the forward path here. So I am writing the first forward path, that is P1 is equals to see this forward path G4, G5 and G6, very simple forward path. That is the first one I have taken. Next P2 is equals to, we can write, that is another forward path is also there here, that is G4, G8 and G3, G4, G8 and G3. Let us write that G4, G8 and G3, that is another forward path. Next forward path you can observe here, another forward path, that is P3 we are taking, that is P3 is G4, G8 minus H2 and G7, then G6, then it is going to output. See here, once again I am telling G4, G8 minus H2, G7 and G6. Okay, so let us write that P3 is equals to G4, G8, next is minus H2, next G7, next is G6, that is the another forward path. Next see the another forward path P4 here. So we have another forward path here, it is, that is G1, G2 and G3, very simple forward path I am taking, G1, G2 and G3, that is another forward path. Next you can observe another forward path here, that is G1, G7 and G6 and reaching the output here. So let us write that P5 is equals to, we can write G1, G7, that is G6, that is another forward. Next thing is P6 is equals to, there is another forward path is also there, that is we will identify now, that is G1, G7 minus H1, G8, then G3, then reaching the final thing. So let us write that also. We will write starting from G1, G7, next is minus H1, next is G8, next is G3. So these are the 6 forward paths are there, totally 6 forward paths are there in the given problem. So these are the number of forward paths. So first step we have done is how many forward paths are there. So what is the next step we have to do? The second step is loops. So we have to identify the individual loops. So you can see very easily, you have the two loops, you can identify very easily here, starting from here, that is here to G5 and minus H1. So first loop I am drawing here individually, here it will be, that is G5, this is the G5, next you are having minus H1. So this is the L1 I am taking, the L1 loop will be, what is L1 loop here, that is G5 H1, that is the loop gain, and you will have minus H1. Next another loop also will identify, that is L2, we are taking it as L2. So L2 if you observe very easily here downwards, that is G2 into minus H2. So let us draw that also, that is G2, so G2 and you will have minus h2. So let us write that also again, g2 into minus h2. Next you will have another loop 3 here, it is 3, you see here I am starting from here, okay, starting from here like this I am traveling, going like this, going like this, going like this, it is number 8. So it is looking like a number 8. So you can identify that loop also. That loop will be I am also drawing here. So by joining this loops here, so see there is a number 8 will be there like this. So here you will have minus h1, here you will have g8, next here it is g7, next here it is this one is minus h2. So this is the another loop. So we can write that also, that is first we can write we'll start with g7 minus h2, then g8, then minus h2, here it is h1, sorry, here g7 minus h1. So if you multiply minus sign, then finally you are going to get a g7 g8 into h1 h2. So these are the individual loops are there. Next is third step, what you have to do, you have to identify the two non-touching loops are there. So is there any non-touching loops are there, you have to identify. So if you observe this problem, there are two non-touching loops are also there, you can observe. This L1 and L2 is compare, they are not having any common node. Let us compare, and L1 and L3 also they are having a common node here and here. So you can't take that L1 and L3. So that comparison over. So next you compare L2 with L1, we are already compared, they are non-touching loops. Next L2 with L3. So L2 with L3, they are also having a common node here. So you can't take. So you can take only L13, that is sorry L12 is the two non-touching loops, two individual non-touching loops which are not having a common node here. So you can take that as, that is g5 into minus h1, g2 into minus h2. So finally if you write, the answer is g2 g5 h1 h2, because the negative sign will goes minus into minus, that will become the plus here, that is the gain product. So what is the next step you have to do? Next step you have to do in the problem is, so what you have to do, next step is you have to find what is the delta here. So we are already know how to find the delta. Delta is equals to 1 minus, I think so no need of this line. So 1 minus individual loops, that is I am writing L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 plus L5 plus L6, that is the individual loop, plus two non-touching loops, that is L12, and your remaining are 0 here. So let us write that 1 minus, because for L1 and L2 they are having, I am sorry here, so you are having only 3 loops here, okay, right. So you are having 3 loops, let us write that 3 loops only, sorry, plus L12. So that are the 3 loops we are having. Let us write that. So all the loops are having a negative sign, that's why I am going to get the positive here, that is 1 plus g5 h1 plus g2 h2, that is also having a negative, but other thing is having a positive, so that you are going to get a negative here, that is g7 g8 h1 h2. Next thing is plus L12 will be, that is g2 g5 h1 h2. So this is the delta. Next you have to find what is the delta 1. So delta 1 means you have to see the first forward path. So for that forward path, which is the non-touching loop, so we have taken the first forward path is here, we have taken the forward path of the first one is, that is g4 g5 and g6. So this loop is touching this forward path, you can't take, but this loop is not touching this forward path, and third loop is also touching this forward path, so you can't take the third loop also. Let us take, that is delta 1 will be, so you can write the delta 1 will be 1 minus of minus G2 into H2, G2 into H2 only you are going to get, so you can write 1 plus G2 H2. Next delta 2, so delta 2 is going to touch all the forward path, the forward path will be G4, G8, G3, so it is also touching all the forward path, you can't take, so you can write delta 2 will be equals to 1. Next, what about the delta 3 also? Delta 3 also you can observe, delta 3 will be G4, G8, minus H2, G7, G6, it is also touching the all the loops, you can't take, that is delta 3 also we can write it as how much, that is also 1. What about delta 4? Let us see the delta 4 here. So this delta 4 will be G1, G2 and G3. So this forward path is not touching this loop, so you can write that as, that is equals to, we can write as 1 minus of minus, that is G5 H1. So you are going to get 1 plus G5 H1. So that is the forward path. Next thing is delta 5. So that is for calculation of the delta 5, what we can take, delta 5 is equals to G1, G7, G6, it is also touching all the loops, so delta 5 will become how much, delta 5 value will become 1 only here. The same thing, delta 6 will be G1, G7 minus H1, G8, G3, it is also touching all the loops, so it will take the delta 5 value, delta 6 also 1. So delta 1 except delta 1 and delta 4 remaining things are equals to 1 we can write. So total transfer function will be, that is equals to, we can write, that is P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 plus P3 delta 3, this is the Mason's gains formula, P4 delta 4 plus P5 delta 5 plus P6 delta 6, whole thing divided by, let us take the whole thing divided by, what we can write, simply delta. So let us write that answer, that will be total transfer function. P1 will be, we can write G1, G4, that is G4, G5 into G6, this is the P1, and delta 1 will be 1 plus G2 into H2. Next, plus P2 will be G4, G8, G3 into 1, that is delta 2, plus P3 is equals to, we can write, that is P3 value will become, what is the P3 we have taken, here we can write P3 as minus sign will be there, minus G4, G8, G7, G6 into H1 into delta 3 will be into 1 plus P4 will be, that is G1, G2, G3 whole into 1 plus what you are going to get, here I am going to write here continuation into, see I will write here 1 plus G5 H1, this is the P4 into delta 4, I am writing here P5 delta 5, P5 value will be G1, G7, G6 whole into 1 plus, next P6 value will be G1, G7 minus H1, G8 into G3 whole thing into 1. So this is the numerator of the given problem, this entire thing will be a numerator. So this you are going to continue here, the value will be continue like this here. Next delta value will be, what is the delta here, we can write the delta will be 1 plus G5 H1 plus G2 H2 minus G7 G8 H1 H2 plus G2 G5 H1 So this is the overall transfer function of the given problem. That's all in this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. If you have any query, please make comment in the comment box. I can reply. Thank you very much.